Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to make char cloth. Char cloth is this material here. As you can see, it's black, and this material is actually very easy to rip and to divide into whatever size you need, because this can be used for multiple purposes. Okay. So char cloth is used for lighting fires with flint and steel like this, or you could even use a lighter which doesn't have any fuel left in it, as long as it's a flint lighter and it can produce sparks. So what char cloth is actually used for, you take your flint and steel or your lighter, whatever you're using to get some sparks, put some sparks into the char cloth, and that will actually just harbour the sparks, which will allow you to put some kindling on it, and then some small logs and larger logs so you can build a fire. It's basically just homemade fire lighter, really. But to make this, you're going to need a couple of things. There are lots of variations on this, by the way, but the overall idea is the same. You start off with some 100% cotton material. This here is an old t-shirt which I just cut up into squares. Doesn't have to be neat or anything, because you can rip it quite easily when it's finished. Okay, so you're going to need that 100% cotton material, and then you're going to need a melt tin of some sort. This is just a sweet tin. You should have a lot of those at this time of the year, Christmas, when I'm making this video. And then the lid of the tin, as you can see here, it's not very clear, but what I've done with this is just taken a nail and a hammer, just a nail like this, then all I've done is just puncture some holes into that. Okay, just about 4 or 5 holes. It doesn't really matter how many you make, and you'll need to do that as well with whatever tin you decide to use. You can do this on a lot smaller scale with a tobacco tin or a Altoids tin, however it's pronounced. But I like to do it on a large scale because then I get lots of char cloth and I can put that wherever I need to put it. So you'll take the cotton, put that inside your tin. And then the final thing you'll need for this is a fire. It can be any sort of fire. I'm going to use a log burner today. You can use an open fire or campfire, anything will work fine. Just put that in there. Stick the lid. Okay. It's best not to put the tin on an open fire, although it will work. You can just use it when the fire is as you see it now, because the aim is just to cook this, it's not to actually light it. You just need to heat the tin up. Okay, so it's a couple of minutes later now, and you can see the you can't really see, but there's a lot of smoke coming out of the two holes, the closest two holes in that tin. And you would expect there to be smoke coming out. That's very normal. Let's see if we can light this. Okay, when the smoke and whatever else is coming out of that, you'll know it's done when you cannot light it anymore. See, you can light the smoke coming out of that. It's flammable at the moment. When it's not flammable, when it's no longer flammable, that's when you can go ahead and take the tin out and let it cool down, and then you can open up for the contents. But this could take, depending on the fire, a few minutes. I don't know, probably take about 3 to 5 minutes here for this smoke coming out to no longer be flammable, and then I'll open it up, remove the contents. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but the smoke coming out of those holes is no longer lighting on fire. Indicate that it's nearly done, but I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer. Just make sure it's completely finished. Alright, I'd say it's been in there for about 3 to 4 minutes now. So there's no more smoke coming out of those holes, and the smoke that is coming out of there is not flammable anymore, so that would indicate that it has had enough time. But when I remove this, you have to be very careful, because as this container and whatever container you use will be metal, metal conducts heat a lot. If you didn't know that, so be careful. It's very hot. And there'll also be some smoke come out of the tin once I remove the lid as well. You can expect that. Okay, so there we have it. Probably can't see this, but this here is char cloth. Char cloth, no. And it's a little uneven. You can see here there's some marks where it's been burnt, but that's fine. It'll still work just fine, especially if you only use the parts which are actually black, because yeah. So that's it done. This is our finished char cloth right here. I'll let that cool down before I put it in this plastic bag, and that's it. That's how I make char cloth. The metal tin I use can be substituted for any metal tin, be it bigger or smaller. You can use a tobacco tin or a sweets tin. Anything similar to this will be fine. Just make sure you puncture some holes in it into the lid beforehand. And that's how I make char cloth.